Welcome, my brothers and sisters. This is Live Enlightened by Ron Steele, and I'm Ron Steele, your lifestyle consultant. And today we are going to talk about, I'm actually going to read the knowledge book. If you don't know what this is about and you didn't see last week's video, actually 2 weeks ago video, please go to my YouTube channel. It's Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. Just search that on YouTube and you'll see me and my videos on there, and look for Reading the Knowledge Book Part 1. And then I explained there the beginning of the book and what it's about in general. So I'll be reading for the next several videos until I'm done. I wanted to read, I haven't read the knowledge book myself yet, and I wanted to read it here with you guys so we can share that together. So I know some of you are here live today, and some of you will watch this video on YouTube, most of you. So let me tell you the date. Today is July 23rd, 2017, and it is Sunday, 12 o'clock Central Time. And again, I'm going to be reading to you guys the Knowledge Book, Part 2. So I'm going to start off here where I left off 2 weeks ago, Sunday. And I'll be doing this pretty much every other Sunday, every 2 Sundays. Sometimes I might change it to a Saturday. I used to do this on Saturday. A lot of you know me and my webinars in the past I did on Saturday, and really with work and stuff I had to change it to Sunday. But I may be able to go back to Saturdays sometimes because I know that's better for a lot of you. Also, I may read the knowledge book. This is something I'm really interested in, and I thought about, why am I waiting 2 weeks to read this? So if I have time, I might do it weekly. And we'll just see. I'll post it on my websites. Just so you guys know, those of you that don't know, I have a Live Enlightened Facebook event page. Okay, and I have, let's see if I can get the link up here for you guys. Well, a lot of you aren't going to see the link on YouTube when you're watching it, so just go on Facebook, search in events, the events on Facebook, and search for Live Enlightened by Ron Steele, and you'll find me there. Also, I have a Facebook group, and that's called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. That's the name of my group. That's the name of the web page, the Facebook page I have, and that's also the name of the YouTube channel. So look for Live the Enlightened Lifestyle, and please go on YouTube and view all my videos there. I have more than just the knowledge book I read about and that I talk about. Sometimes I do Q&As. Usually when I'm doing this, I don't really pay attention to the chat too much because I want to focus on what I'm teaching and what I'm learning. And sometimes I'll do Q&As where I will look at the chat box and answer your questions, and we'll just interact live. So please like my Facebook page, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle, and join my group, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle, and go on the YouTube channel that I have, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. Search that on YouTube and subscribe, and you'll be able to keep up with everything that I'm doing, and hopefully we learn stuff together. And I'm all about really going back to love and oneness, where there's so many things in the world nowadays that separate us here on earth, and that's not the way it was meant to be. We need to get rid of money, get rid of religions, and get rid of politics, Democrats, Republicans, independents, all that stuff. Think about it. It separates us. The educational system separates us. vaccines, race. We are all one race, the human race. So that's a little bit about me. For some of you new folks out there watching me, I believe we're all one race. We're all brothers and sisters, and there's many things, too many things out there separating us, and we need to start waking up to that fact. And you're gonna hear that. I haven't read the knowledge book, but the knowledge book is a lot about what I'm talking about. And my beliefs were, I've believed this way a long time in my life, and I learned a little bit at a time since I was a kid or a teenager, and started waking up and living life with a higher awareness level, living life consciously. I started realizing a lot of things like, wow, we have been so manipulated by the powers that be or had been in this world. And that's ending now with the more and more of you waking up and stop thinking, ignorantly, and stop not thinking. A lot of people are not thinking, and they're ignorant to too many things. They are not open to understanding that they've been manipulated and enslaved and just misled the whole life, their whole life, our whole life. So hopefully people will open their minds more and more and start to believe the truth that we've been separated. There's a lot of things that's happened over the years in the news and through vaccines and through religions and through politics, and making race an issue, which honestly at one point never was. They just invented that. So anyway, I'm going to start reading. It's 12:08. Again, it's July 23rd, 2017. I'll be reading the knowledge book, and today is part 2. So if you missed part 1 2 weeks ago on Sunday, 12 o'clock Central Time, you can find it on Live the Enlightened Lifestyle YouTube channel. Okay, so search us there, subscribe to us, and keep up with my videos there. So I'm going to start by reading. It's the Law of the Universe, chapter 3, and I'm on number 119. So I read 118 of them last week, plus a couple chapters before that, and I read the introduction to it. And you'll have to go. I'm not going to reread that every week. You'll have to go and read part 1. Everything's every week. I only change the title where it says part 1, 2, or next 2 weeks from now to say part 3. Okay, so it's listed there where you guys will be able to go back to where you left off. So here's Law of the Universe. Let's get started reading chapter 3, number 119. The greatest sin is the enmity of the human towards the human. Enmity. Huh. The greatest sin is the enmity of the human towards the human. The most esteemed servant of God is the one who does not make distinction between religions. God will always shed light on the genuine humans who change during the changing age. I'll read you that was 119, 20, and 21. The law number 122. We will always extend our helping hands to friends who will be awakened in time, within time. 123. Your goodwill cuts into two like a sword, the negative currents around you. 124. The one who will choose between his or her options in humankind itself. When the time comes, the good news will reach it. Keep in mind, for those of you new to this, this book was originally written in Arabic, I think it is, or Turkish, the Turkish language. So it's been translated into English. So not everything is perfect English. So Just hang in there. And if there's stuff you don't understand, just let it go. You will understand it eventually when it's meant to be. Okay? So, all right. So we're on 100 number 125, law of the universe. The light, the divine light of heavens will one day dawn on you. Those who believe in this will be reunited and will see everything. 126. The honesty of your faith will file down the roughnesses on your paths. Number 127. The happiness of your heart will be the foundation of the divine order. 128. The Lord is the architect of the universe and the son of the land of the mighty ones. That is the light of Allah. The offerings pass through the path of light. Now, don't get confused with Allah and the Muslim religion. That's not what they're talking about here. It is in a way, but I read earlier in this book what Allah means. And actually, I don't remember it enough to explain it to you. I just remember that it is. There's some religions took things that are truthful and named a certain thing, and you can Google that one. Okay. Number 129. If purification does not occur in the essence, then it does not occur in the eye either. The opening of your third eye is the first light leading you to evolvement. 130. The period of superstitions has come to an end, and the gates of the school of spiritual insight of heavens have opened for humankind that has become conscious in the light of science. 131. Sermons delivered from your heavens create a bond binding those who love each other. They are delivered from a progression tantamount to the speed of light. 132. The declaration of the firmament to the earth forms the links added to the chain of evolvement. 133. The purification of everyone is connected to his or her faith in himself or herself. Pearls are always picked from the beds of tranquilly flowing rivers. 134. The faith of a human in his or her God will assist him or her to complete his or her final era. So I believe, I used to use the word God a lot, and we don't know what that means. We don't know G-O-D could be an abbreviation, each letter for 3 words, or something. I'm not sure, but I like to say our Creator. I believe we have a Creator, so for me, that's what I feel comfortable with. And I still use the word God. There's nothing wrong with that. But we definitely all have a Creator, and probably the same Creator. Number 135. Humankind will give and convey his or her assurance to others. The medium it trusts will give it greater assurances. On this path, one goes to liberation. 136. Everyone will supervise his or her own self and will see. His or her evolvement will pass him or her through the gate of the firmament. 137. Humankind will see everything in a tangible way through science, will solve all the events on the path of logic, and will unravel the knots in its mind. 138. Provided that you get rid of mystical thoughts, your purity will be even more purified, and your thoughts will attain clarity. Okay, we've got 151 laws of the universe, it says here. So I'm on 139. 139 is the medium you are in has left the centuries behind and sheds light on the future. 140. The Quran is the continuation of all the religious books, and these dictated texts are also the continuation of it. (141) Liberations will be equally distributed according to the maturity seen in everyone. You will personally feel this. 142. Each religion is a mission given to an enlightening guide who sheds light on the society she or he is in. I know some of this appears conflicting or confusing, and it does to me too a little bit, but I think a lot of this information came down from intuition, from the lady's guidance, and she is from Turkey. So I believe a lot of the things that are said in here that will come out of her that she can relate to. Anyway, we'll move on to 143. The missionary is compelled and commissioned to present the knowledge he or she receives from his or her own medium. 144. Allah is preeminent. He is the God of the medium he is in. He is single. The Lord is the light who gives direction to the course of events of the entire universe. Okay. The energy he has is present in every living being that exists. We are his actual servants. For this reason, we feel him in our inner selves. He knows everything, and that energy notifies us to certain mediums. 145. That energy is single and is the Almighty, the Absolute. Each one of us is a fragment of him. We can never be parted. He is the architect of the entire universe. He can be contained neither in the universe nor in thought. The final gate will always remain closed. So they talk a lot in here about a higher being, our creator, basically. So sometimes it's called God, sometimes they're called Allah, and everybody, I think, knows, and I know the Muslim religion uses the word Allah for the word God. So it's the same thing. So don't get this book confused with religion. It is not a religious book, and it doesn't believe in religion. The time for religion, this book believes that the time for religion is over because it creates separation. And religion probably started off from something good. We'll never know. So I got to say probably. But this is my belief. It started off from something good. And it had started to be taken over by something not so good, some entities to mislead us and control us, and now it just causes separation. If anything, there should be a one world religion, and it should basically be knowledge and love, understanding, compassion. We need to end hate and greed and all the things that cause hate and greed, and the need. We need to end the need for things, which by ending money, we end the need for things, and because we stop needing, we start to do what we really love to do in life and what we were meant to do, what we were meant to be here for. Religions teach you to worship a God or Jesus or Allah, and that's wrong. They don't want to be those I call them our ascended masters and our archangels. That's what Jesus is. And all the other angels you guys probably learned from your religions and church and stuff. They would tell you, if they could be here right now, they would say, do not worship me. That's not what we want from you. So that needs to be understood, that worshiping is wrong. It's not right. And any higher being that is living in whatever they are, 11D or 5D and up, they would never. They're too good for that. They would never expect or want us to worship them. They want to help us be a better human being here on earth. Okay. All right. So number 146 is, we are obliged to give you the commands we receive. The commands are the links of a chain given from beyond light. To unify you with the links is our mission. These commands follow a succession outside the time unit. 147. Evolvements are completed even at the medium where you receive the messages. When one passes beyond it, one is connected to the speed of light. 148. Sincerity of heart is worth all the religious books. Sin and good deed are the measurement of its scale. 149. The good news to be given will be a light, a divine light to you, and will open the gates of faith. 150. Get rid of the suspicions within your hearts. Supervise yourselves. You will see how you will mature by being dissolved in time, and you will choose the correct path. 151. The final law of the universe. Grains will become motes, and in time, motes will become whole. With love to the loving essence hearts from the land of loving ones, I commit you to my God. Okay. It says, written by Mevlana, the pen of the golden age. So those 151 laws of the universe were written by Mevlana. I'm just learning about Mevlana. You can research that online too. So let's see. I'm moving on here to the next page. Let's see here. Well, okay, I'm going to start here. It says announcement. Note, in today's medium, the connections with space are kept secret due to numerous drawbacks. We have given the authorization to mention us only to dear Mevlana. The coat of Alpha, and I hope I'm saying that right, coat, K-O-T-E. The coat of Alpha is the direct coat of the Lord. All the knowledge given from there is authentic and correct. All your religious books were revealed from here. The period you call the period of resurrection, we call the period of awakening, and consider it as the beginning of the golden age. This beginning is never outside the medium. It proceeds tantamount to the flow of time. Our effort is to save our world friends in the light of this book. We are friendly hands who provide the connection between the firmament and the earth. What a word. Firmament. Our helping hands are extended to you in this manner. Those who comprehend us will come to us. Friends will reunite with friends, and the divine light of Allah will flow onto you. Light. All right. There's a notice here to group missionaries. Like I said, I've never read this book before, so I'm reading it for the first time. And so I'll just read this. It says, notice to the group missionaries, January 28th, 1984. It says, your coat is alpha, the color of your symbol is purple, your emblem is the sunflower. Mission allotment has already been made among you. They will search and find you. Namely, our friend who has received the message will first write the names of her friends in a notebook, then phone them one by one. Those who answer the phone will be invited by the leader of the group to her house the following Tuesday. The message will be read and the goal will be told. The leader will gather her friends in her house the following Tuesday and will ask them each to bring a thick notebook and a pen. For once only, the emblems sent from the center will be pasted with the date of that day in the notebooks of those who bring them. They are the essence missionaries of the group. They are obliged to give the messages they receive to 6 people by photocopying. The administration is in the hands of the group leader. Our friend who has received the messages through the main channel is the group leader. The leader will assemble her group and explain the features of the work. After names of these 6 friends are notified to the essence nucleus, the group will be considered established. Messages will come from the essence nucleus. Everyone will write his or her own book by writing the messages in their notebooks in their own handwriting. This book is your testimonial. Do not forget that there are 3 things in your physical body that have not changed since your coming into existence until today. The first is your spirit. The second are your fingerprints. And the third is your handwriting. For this reason, we ask you to write in your own handwriting. Writing is optional for those who are not missionaries. They will only serve in distributing the messages. In every family, one person will write the book. It is for the benefit of the other individuals to read it. Okay. The one who receives the message will, without fail, put the date of that day. This is very important. Your financial problem will be solved in the following way. 3 friends will open a joint account in the nearest bank. The leader of the group is in charge of the account number. She will collect the money. When the time comes, other friends will also be sent to you. Render your endeavors only in the mission of distribution. We send our regards and gratitude to our friends. Pen of the Golden Age. Okay. All right, so here's another message. It says, note, this message is a message concerning the initial establishment foundation of the group. So again, a lot of this stuff was, well, this whole book came from a woman in Turkey who is a medium, we could say, and through her guidance and intuition from above, she wrote this book. Okay, so here's the message. This message is a message concerning the initial establishment foundation of the group. It is very important And this is January 29th, 1984. Frequency codes have been established in the entire universe due to the increase in the six senses. Mission allotments have been made by measuring everyone's megawatt powers. Those who receive or will receive these messages will be sent to you. No one should force anyone else. Only read the messages for the time being. Those who desire will keep the notebooks. So I was told that this book, the knowledge book, comes to you, you know? So it's been around a while, and it came to me. I think I got it, ordered it a month ago or so. And so if you're here today watching, whether it be here live or on YouTube or anywhere else you're watching my video, and you stay, you're actually still interested, then chances are this book found you, and you were meant to find it. Now we would like to talk to you more clearly. You are the codes who were prepared centuries ago and now have been sent to give direction to this beautiful world of yours as servants created by our God. These messages you have in your hands are your essence testimonials. Now we ask you to keep them very well. In the groups where you read the messages, our friends who will write this book in their handwriting will not be exposed to any discomfort from now on. This book is a savior. Illuminate your surrounding by reading the messages you receive to everyone. Okay? So I'm kind of reading their messages to you guys. So we're all being illuminated. From 1984 to the beginning of 1986, make an effort to bloom a flower in every country with all your endeavor. The flowers will bloom in the following way. Our friend who has received and has written this message is the leader. By gathering 6 petals around her, she will form a 6-petal daisy. That is, by dictating the message to 6 people, the first center flower will bloom in this way. Only the names of those in the center flower will be notified to the Essence channel. Later, with this system, the messages will be distributed to 6 and dissemination in the entire universe will be provided. Do not forget that your efforts will unify you all at the infinite absolute and will submerge you in infinite happiness. Let us define this with an example in this way. When a ship sinks, the captain and the crew are the last ones to leave it. Their goal is to save the people who have fallen into the water in sequence. Excuse me. First, 0 to 7, the age group 0 to 7, then age group 7 to 14 will be saved. Then women and later men. Now the lesson you should take from this is that in the final period of the 20th century, there is a must to work without pausing for breath. From now on, you, our friends, will be called the sacred missionaries. Now everyone is cognizant of his or her mission and has the consciousness of what to do. The mission you perform now is to assemble all your terrestrial brothers and sisters under one roof. As a necessity of the system, this process will bring together those who have been selected before. So some of this is really starting to make sense to me, and I understand my mission and why I'm on Earth. The more I read this. During the next 2 years, the entire system will be established. Your lives afterwards will be happier and more comfortable. Do not forget that this is valid only for friends who fully perform their missions. After 2 years, your universal bond with the entire world will be established. The system will function automatically. The system does not stop where you stop. Special excuses excluded. You are given a credit of 10 celestial segments. This means 10 days. A day after that, the automatic computer will bring the missionary behind you into effect. This is announced with our love to all missionaries. And it's signed Pen of the Golden Age. Okay. So now I am reading page 14, 1984, the second month of the medium receiving this information. This is her second month. So call from the pen of the golden age. Here we go. Do not ever forget that humankind always esteems its own intellect. Divine manifestations are different in each person. The ever-changing humankind cannot ascertain the borders of learning. The foundation of the dome of the cosmos was laid through worship. The preeminent, all-merciful, has shed light on everyone on this path. However, humankind, the genuine devotees excluded, is not able to perceive anything in depth. This book is a call. It will disseminate the commands of the dome to the entire universe in conformity with the universal theory. This single book, which is dedicated to you, is the common book of the entire universe. All the books which have been revealed to Terra from the same channel until today, with the command of our Lord, have been for the examination and evolution of humanity. Now, with this single book in your hands, you are undergoing your individual examinations. Our friends who attain a genuine consciousness of this sacred period will become whole in the light of this universal book. This last period of resurrection, which we call the period in which heavens will be opened, is the time corresponding to the last years of the ending of the 20th century. Our goal is to assemble all our terrestrial brothers and sisters under the same roof with this book. The commands we receive are the commands of the divine. Since the beginning of this year, everyone has been performing his or her mission in the framework of the commands they received. You know what the right thing is to do, so start doing it. The opening braincoats of humankind have advanced on the path of learning until today, and are still continuing to advance. During the lives after this, there will be no more crawling. For this reason, with the request of the divine realm, our Mevlana code has been notified by us of the mission of explaining the truth only to our preeminent friends who have pledged themselves to the resignation medium on the path of worship. Do not forget that your most perfect religious books, which were revealed from the divine plane, have always enlightened you on the path of goodwill, tolerance, peace, brotherhood, love, work, and learning. Unfortunately, your societies have degenerated those sacred books. That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay? Those books did come from a good place. They started from a good place. But unfortunately, your societies have degenerated those sacred books. It's time to let them go. Let go of your religions. Now, this book again explains to you one by one, with all its openness, the same suggestions that are the essence of all the books. There is no fanaticism, bigotry of the plane of God. Everything in nature is pure and shining. Havoc is not in God, but in his servants. havoc is not in God, but in his servants. The underdeveloped state of Islamic society is due to this fact. Well, that came out of nowhere. But like I said, this lady is from Turkey. And that's what she identifies with when she's getting her guidance. Now, this book has been revealed as a command of the divine from the consciousness coat of Ataturk's republic to the Mevlana code, that is, the Anatolian channel. A few big words in here, huh? Some of which I've never used before. Our call is the slogan of dear Mevlana, who has achieved the most supreme degree of the plane of humanity. Come, come, come. No matter who you are, nevertheless, do come. Whether a Mazdian or an atheist, this place is not a gate of repentance. Do come, even if you have reversed your penitence 1,000 times. Your heart is a seat of prostration. Perform your worship there and come. Our arms are open to all our human brothers and sisters. This book has been taken in hand because during this period it was thought necessary to make the explanation of the essence of the Quran and the religious books. Our goal is to introduce the human to all of humanity. This system, which was established according to universal laws, has never passed beyond time. That is, this system has been confined to remain within the circuit. In the name of the liberation of the world, we are now deviating from this path, taking you out of the system slowly. Those who have reached this consciousness are only the genuine essence codes. The initial energy is the noblest gene. They are the energies and genes that have not been impaired. For this reason, the one who found the truth first was Shams of Tabriz. Following this path, he went to the city of Bel, I hope I'm saying that right, Belh, where Mevlana was born, and then went to Damascus. Mevlana went to Damascus in his youth and met Shams. And he could not see Shams again until he came to Konya. In fact, Shams is no other than the merciful of Mythos. Find Mercury and read it. He was also called the Flying Dutchman. In every period, he has rightfully performed his mission. Shams waited for the awakening period of Mevlana. This is because Shams is the twin spirit and brother of Mevlana. Why did Mevlana awaken late? Because one of them was waiting in the world, in zero frequency, and the other was waiting in the firmament at the infinite coat. Mevlana, who has always been connected with his God, received the command of writing his Masnawi even before coming to this world. The goal was for him to shed light on the society he was in. Sounds like Jesus Christ, doesn't it? And many ascended masters and archangels. But it should never be forgotten that each enlightening guide needs an enlightening guide. So each enlightening guide needs an enlightening guide. Shams was sent to the world afterwards to assist him. Society that was not aware of the real meaning of their togetherness made various expoundings about them. Mevlana, who said that the frequency of love was even higher than the firmament, embraced, say that word 3 times really quick, embraced the entire universe with his love. This is such a love that only those who reach its true meaning know. This is the love of God that everyone seeks but cannot find. The Supreme One who brings an apple into existence from the essence of the seed renders it a whole by giving it his entire energy. When the awareness of an apple, the awareness of the human, the awareness of the rock, of the soil, the awareness of the animal, in short, the awareness of all the elements you see in the universe unify with this universal consciousness, then they become a whole. During those ages in the Quran, this was called exist in unity. Now it is called universal unification, which is atomic integration. Once Eunice said, "There is a self within myself." Yeah. And found his God in this way. The energy of your nucleic essence ultimately provides your atomic integration by holding the neutron and the proton. The entire universe is an atomic unification. This is the reason why we feel God beside us every moment. Mevlana was with his God each moment. He was enlightening society by talking through his tongue. But until he found Shams, he could never pass to the firmament coat, which we call the second evolvement coat. Shams assisted him in this aspect. In this manner, both of the energies of awareness unified and formed a whole and established their triangle code with God as the following: God, Shams, Mevlana. Wherever they went, the magnetic power of this unified field connected everyone they associated with in society to the universal light coat. Those were the lights who were carrying the closest energies to them in the society they were in. We can also explain this in the following way. The noble genes, which carry the initial energy at the initial existence, are the white moths. That is, the whirling dervishes. She or he opened his or her arms to the whole universe and whirled unceasingly, so that he or she would never turn his or her back to his or her God by attaining the consciousness that he is present in every direction. A whirling dervish in ecstasy, reuniting with his love, with his God, with the sounds of the reed flute, is the same as the lover dancing to the notes of music. And they are on the same frequency. They have reached the plane of love, art, and true love, which is the most supreme plane. The paths are the same. Music is universal. It assists to achieve ecstasy for every society according to their understanding. That is, all the branches of love, dance, and art are worship only. Do not forget that the first dance started with the tom-tom sounds, and with the sticks of American Indians. American natives, I guess would be the proper way to say that, right? This is the essence of everything in the human, and the human has created the universes with his or her own energy. Worship in the church is the same as worship in the mosque. The moment a drunkard forgets himself or herself, and a cupbearers offering wine are the same worship. This is because during that divine moment, you can always rise up to the plane of God. Due to the fact that there is no negative vibration, no negative thought within you. This is such supremacy that humankind has awaited this rising to supremacy since it was born. Some have risen to supremacy through the most correct path, and some by sacrificing themselves like hippies. You consider the hippies as the dregs of society, but no, they are very powerful positive energies. Because they cannot adapt themselves to society no matter what they do, it always makes them happy to meet at the realm of colors. They are the victims of society in the realm of Christianity, just as the sheep are sacrificed in the realm of Islam. In this period, while Islam sacrifices a sheep so that nothing malevolent happens to him or her, a Christian sacrifices by pushing away the hippies from society. Interesting. Okay, when a Christian worships his or her church, when an Islam performs his or her prayer 5 times a day in his or her mosque, they consider that they have done their mandate towards his or her God, and they have gotten their entire responsibilities over with. To be able to go outside this consciousness, one has to become a genuine human. To be able to go outside of that consciousness, one has to become a genuine human. Everyone is sent to the world with a mission. This universal mission is the solidarity of society. Thus, the Quran has enlightened the human on the path of learning, science, love, logic, and mutual assistance. Cleanliness comes from the true belief. Civilized societies have solved this. But the Arab received the command from his God to wash himself or herself 5 times a day, for this is imperative in the medium where he or she lives. However, unfortunately, humankind has learned to wash its physical body, but could never learn to wash its spirit. The points of view regarding the old society's solidarity and the solidarities of the present have changed much. So the points of view regarding the old social solidarity and the solidarities of the present have changed very much. If you extend your pure essence heart and your hand to an unfortunate person beside you and restore a human into social community, then there is no necessity to sacrifice an animal. A kind word, an innocent, loving look is the best of worships. Do not ever forget this, our friends. So that was, again, signed Pen of the Golden Age. And now the next message. It says, "Our friends. Now we would like to talk to you about the great contradictions between the cultures of the East and the West. A line is billions of points becoming infinite at infinity. The atomic totality in each point that has brought the triplet of calligraphy, painting, and sculpture into being by connecting the points to each other. Why were painting and sculpture banned in the Islamic society and not in the Western society? Islamic society dived into this atomic structure long before and had attained learning through religion. The West solved everything through learning in a civilized way and then found its God. It should never be forgotten that the first of something is not the last of that thing. There will always be new steps to be taken in the advancements made as a necessity of society. By setting out on this path, the Islamic society solved all the secrets in the Quran by calculating them with the Arabic numerical alphabet and learned the medium of unity. This knowledge has led humans who have ego to be veiled due to jealousy. The West has accepted this view very naturally and has advanced on the designed path of light step by step. Our light friend, Mohammed Mustafa, who first put forth his steps of divine light on the world in the Arabic Peninsula, tried to restore humanity into society by propagating Islam. So I think they're using, two of the main religions in the world, Christianity and Islam, and the East and the West. When they've sent this information down to the medium in this book to write this book, I think they're using those things to make us understand better and bring us together, actually. Okay, so we're moving on. I need to read the last part here again. Our light friend Mohammed Mustafa, who first put forth his steps of divine light on the world in the Arabic Peninsula, tried to restore humanity into society by propagating Islam. But he could never obtain the result he hoped for. Humans, instead of unifying, got separated even more through sects. S-E-C-T-S. Sects. Just as it is in other religions. So that's what I was talking about. Trying to bring people together and somehow instead of unifying people, it separated people. I think it was due to manipulation of the true, real, sacred books and texts. Okay, the Catholic, the Orthodox, and the Protestant creeds divided people in the same way. All religions are the same. Everyone's God is one. We all worship the same God. There are no privileges among us. Privilege exists in the views of our human brothers and sisters. God has never given up hope for his servants, for all the living beings came into being from his energy. You say that God is jealous, that he never shares his love with anyone. Actually, the Quran could not convey the genuine meaning of this to you. His love has been distributed to all animals, plants, insects, and to rocks and soil in the entire all universe. Society, due to its fanatic fears, has loved its God in fear. They could not even embrace their children with love, who have been their nearest and dearest, due to the fear that God would take them away. In fact, God is an extremely great energy that opens up more to humankind as it loves. Love is not in show, but in vibration. Whomever you smile at in this world, that person will always smile back at you. The universal rule is this: the property of this period is the law of nature. Head for a head, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. If you love me, I will love you too. Because you are a mirror, you mirror whatever you see. If you are a light, you will mirror light. If you are a piece of coal, you will remain pitch black like coal without burning. Do not thank your God in church or in mosque for the blessings he has given you. Give thanks to him because he has brought you into existence. For he has never killed you, but he has brought you into existence again and again in every period. To know how to exist means to comprehend the cause of existence. Setting out with the computer, we solve the universe through lines. The tail end of the scheme is in hand. This means that by connecting this book with the Quran, we will pull out all the knowledge one by one from the well. We will complete this book with knowledge even Western society does not know yet. And again, this is being, the medium is getting this information in 1984. So computers, televisions, radios, and tape recorders are the most primitive instruments of this period. The instrument that assembles all the knowledge in one point has been shedding light on you since the period of papyruses, cuneiform writings, and caves. Sorry, I have not seen those words in many years. This is your brain. It is at the universal vibration of the art coat that is the highest. Your frequencies that have risen up to this coat have brought you into the space age. For you to be able to come here, it is imperative that your brain become a universal satellite. However, doubt is a primitive bond that propels you to the quest medium. Each quest disperses doubts one by one. It breaks the chains of fear one by one, and learning progresses on this path in this manner. Excuse me 1 minute here. Okay, all religious books have talked about resurrection until today, but nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Those who have attained this consciousness advance fearlessly on this path. Let us explain this much to you. Nothing in this world is alone and single. Nothing. Against each positive technique developed, there is another positive technique one step ahead. The system is informed of everything and shuts the circuit down at the time of danger. From now on, there will not be any more stealing of secrets, neither in politics nor in your social lives, nor in your private lives. Never fear, for negative factors are immediately rendered ineffective. There is never any disruption in the circuit. This order has brought you love, friendship, and peace. We wish happy days to all our brothers and sisters in their beautiful worlds. Pin of the Golden Age. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. We've been on for an hour, and I usually do an hour, sometimes 2 hours. But I'll pick up within a week or two from today, either Saturday or Sunday, next week or the next week, and I'll post it on all my social media. And we will do Live Enlightened by Ron Steele, Reading the Knowledge Book, Part 3, next time. Okay? So I hope you guys got a lot of stuff from that, a lot of knowledge, and enjoyed that. I certainly did, and I can't wait to read more with you. So again, my name is Ron Steele, and please live enlightened. You know what the right thing is to do. Do the right thing every day from love. Let's end hate and greed. Let's end separation, and let's all unify together. We are all brothers and sisters, and we come from one energy, the same energy. Okay, let's put that energy, that positive energy out there from now on. You start today. No more negative energy. No more fear. Okay, you can't do it like that, I understand, but you can start trying like that. So effective today, no more fear, no more energy, and you just keep trying every day to live that. Just keep trying every day to live without fear, without negative energy. And the way you do that is you raise your awareness level, and you realize when you're starting to act from fear, you're starting to feel from fear and react from fear and speak from fear and think from fear. When you realize it, you stop yourself and you push yourself away into positivity. So go to the light. Always go to the light where you came from. So brothers and sisters, I appreciate you all being here today, and I know a lot of you are watching me on YouTube, live and recorded when I put this recording up. So this recording will be up later today on Sunday, July 23rd, 2017. Give me a few hours. I'll have the recording up there. Some of you guys who haven't seen it or want to rewatch it, that's fine. You can find me by searching Live the Enlightened Lifestyle on YouTube, okay? And you can also search Live the Enlightened Lifestyle on Facebook, and you'll find some pages there, the web page and my event page. So again, thank you all for coming today. I love you all very much. Namaste. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and for some of you over in the East, Monday, okay? Take care. Love you guys. Unify. Go to the light. Stay positive. Love you.